Anthropic just turned Claude into an app builder and chat. Meta's pulling OpenAI's talent at scale. Google's open source Gemini CLI is live. Replit CEO says coders are embracing AI to outperform. And yep, we have an AI CLI Agent Battle Royale that just dropped. You guys see this? Let's walk the board. This is CorrectCast. All right, guys, welcome to CorrectCast, your AI news that keeps you ahead, not replaced. Trying out this new segment where I cover the AI news in the last few days, where we walk this board. And without further ado, let's get into it. First off is Claude Artifacts are now live and shareable. Now, with just a simple prompt, you can make real applications using the Claude model. This is super cool. Let me show you guys what's up here. There's a variety of apps and they give you the prompt for how they were built. So for example, here we can see the starting prompt, make an interactive text editor, uses Claude API to suggest improvements. And then here is the app right here for me to use. I can make this, share it with my friends. For example, I'm live on YouTube. Can analyze this text. And last time I did this, it's like, hey, yeah, make this YouTube, not YT. These are pretty full-fledged apps. I like it. People were saying RIP to thousands of YC Combinator startups, which is like, yeah, I guess it's true, but like also these aren't like that super deep. Like I'm not actually going to use these in my workflow. I mean, yet I was playing the slime game a lot, and not to make a big deal, but I'm undefeated. I'm just score goal in this fool, or he scores on me. I'm a beast at defense though. And offense right here. Yeah. But these are a cool concept. I might try around this, test the capabilities. This one's really cool. It's like a 3D model world, similar to the whole vibe code levels IO airplane game thing that was going on. And I like that they include the open source prompts on these. So this could prompt me to get more experimental with Claude. Next on the board, we have some big news, and that's Zuck poaching some OpenAI developers. There were 3 developers from the Zurich office listed here that are absolute killers. They were, I think they used to work at DeepMind, and they were influential in building the vision models with OpenAI. They were multimodal experts too. So these guys are savages. And now they're with Zuck. Zuck's giving them dinners at his crib in Palo Alto. He's putting them in group chats. So he's going full recruiter mode, full founder mode, similar to what he probably did starting Facebook back in the 2000s. So this is an interesting shakeup, because we also saw Sam Altman on his brother's podcast earlier this week talk about how some of his engineers were getting 9-figure deals or offers from Meta, and they're turning them down because that's not the culture Sam Altman wants to foster at OpenAI. He wants people there that are serious about the mission that OpenAI is behind, which I get. It's a good move. It's obviously not all about the money. And if you're getting 9-figure offers, I'm sure you have a lot of leverage anyway and a lot of flexibility to do whatever you want and work on. But I also kind of get Zuck, doing his recruiting, because he's embracing the whole llama models, which are open source. And that's something that can for sure be appealing to someone who wants to be on that side of the AI history game. So it's an interesting war we have going on. And, I'm sure OpenAI might do the same thing. But these are all rumors. And it's interesting how this race is shaping up. Clearly, both are acknowledging the criticality of getting the best talent right now. Moving on, Gemini CLI dropped earlier this week. This is their command line coding AI assistant, similar to Claude-Code. We can check out the documentation here. I made a video on it, but if you missed it, the benefits of it, you get a lot of free stuff, and it's completely open source. So on the top of open source, that's great. I was poking around the repo. You can see all the prompts that are used for the agent to assist you, and a lot of free requests, 60 requests per minute, 1,000 requests per day. I was playing with it for a few hours, didn't hit that limit at all. Though what I acknowledge, what a lot of other users acknowledge, is that it's not great. Like it's nowhere near as powerful as Claude-Code, and for me, when I was building it out, go watch my video, but it got stuck just trying to start a Next.js application, which like Claude-Code would never do, Cursor would never do, Augment would never do. So it was pretty bad. And I'm getting similar vibes to when they launched Firebase Studio, their V0 or lovable competitor, where they launched it and it was just like flat out bad. Like it made a really bad product. Like it got something start to finish, but it wasn't amazing. So Google's just trying to have a horse in the race for every type of AI coding assistant, which I get. You know, the first thing they release doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, kind of a bad look, this not being fantastic. Like no one's really going to be a Gemini CLI 1000x engineer, but will be something to keep an eye on. And again, it's open source, so that's a win in general. So looking forward to see how this evolves. Next up, we had the Replit CEO predict the AI future of coding on the TBPN podcast earlier this week. I actually never heard this guy talk, but it was pretty interesting. Basically, his point is that like those that embrace the AI tools are going to be the next 100x engineers, and those that aren't. Let's watch the clip here. Of course, he's a little biased because Replit has their own prompt to web page AI generation tools. So he's like, hey, use our tools and you'll become a 100x engineer. But I think what he says is 100% true. I'm seeing it in my experience. Those engineers that shy away from embracing these tools, NGMI, you're not gonna make it because, I mean, for the tools I've experimented with, my workflow is at least 10x. If you're watching this channel, you can definitely agree. And yeah, you gotta embrace this. And, you know, the layoffs are continuing to happen. I honestly not super surprised as these companies are doing it, as you can get a lot more out of your current engineers. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for junior engineers entering the workforce. I worry about my 9 to 5 sometimes, but that's why I stay in the loop. I watch shows like this. I'm tapped into the news cycles for the latest AI tools because you really do have to embrace them, else you're going to get clipped. So I think he's 100% right. And do you guys think it's 100x really? I mean, 10x is the term, but now it's going to do 100x. You know, does Claude-Code make it 100x? Does Augment make you 100x? There's a conversation to be had there. And the last topic, it's a fun one. There's a CLI Battle Agent Royale. Gemini CLI was one of the competitors. This is a super cool tweet. This guy spun up 6 CLI agents. Let's make this bigger for the people. And basically had the task for them to kill the port of each other. Ran at the same time. Super hilarious. We had Claude-Code in here, Gemini in here, and OpenCode won this first round. I think it's a super hilarious type of competition. Could be a new benchmark, honestly, to put models head to head. It really opens the ideas for what other creative things you could do for this. You know, like which website generator can build the website the quickest and spin it up, or pass some basic unit tests you give them. I just thought this was super funny. Check it out. And then he has more races in the replies. So that wraps up this week, guys. We saw the new artifacts from Claude. I'm going to continue to check out. We saw Zuck poaching the OpenAI devs, something to keep an eye on. Gemini CLI, not great, but open source and free. We saw the Replit CEO, keep a pretty base take on the future of AI coding. And we had CLI Battle Royale. Pretty interesting few days in the tech world. No amazing new tools, but definitely for me, the poaching of getting the best AI talent for these tech companies is going to be something to watch as they try to pull ahead and reach AGI first. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what type of content you want to see in these recaps, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks.